Hey guys, welcome to today's live free training. Today I want to talk to you about the power of momentum in your business and the simple things that you can do to make sure that you keep your business moving forward and that you don't get stuck and feel like you're just spinning your wheels in the mud and running in circles. There's some quick tips that you can do to make sure that you keep moving forward every day. The three big problems that most people have, entrepreneurs, business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, whatever, coaches, consultants, all of us, we all run into the same problems where we put too much weight on ourselves and we set unclear or unrealistic goals because we're busy chasing this shiny object or that shiny object, and someone saying, this is what you need to do, that's what you need to do. So our goals get really fuzzy and they're not clear. Or the other thing that we can often be guilty of is wanting to go from 0 to 100 in 30 days. You know, if you're making less than $1,000 a month, it's probably unrealistic for you to set a goal to be making $1 million a year in 12 months. There are so many things that you have to learn, and you have to become a certain kind of person to run a business like that. So try to set your goals more realistically. And then also know clear action steps to achieve those goals. And we often suffer from the same problem. We bite off more than we can possibly accomplish, and then we feel like a failure when we don't do it. And then we're stuck again. We feel like we're not making progress because we didn't achieve this ridiculous goal. And all of that leads to inaction, which is the real reason that your business isn't moving forward. But the lack of a clear and realistic goal and setting goals too big and not breaking them down are the reason that you're stuck. So good news with that, I'm going to show you some quick ways that you can move past that, okay? Clear step-by-step process that you can follow to make sure that you're setting clear, realistic goals and that you're breaking those down into manageable chunks so that you keep moving forward. So how do you get unstuck and finally move forward? Okay, we talked briefly, set realistic goals for yourself. If you're making $1,000 a month or less, your next goal should be $5,000 a month, not 30. Okay, make sure that you're being realistic with yourself and always look for an improvement that's somewhere between 10 and 25% month over month. That is the realistically best you can hope for in any business. Okay, for some reason we launch an online business and we think that normal business rules don't apply and it's like magic fairy dust. But it's not. So you want to set realistic goals that are no more than 25% above where you are right now. And then you want to take those goals and break them down into 1 hour chunks, no more than 2 hours. Because you don't know how many times I've had people say, you know, I'm going to launch my online course in 7 days. But they have a day job and they have kids to take to activities and a house to clean and dinner. And they realistically have 1 to 2 hours a day to spend on this project. But when you break it down into 1 hour chunks, launching an online course, there's probably 80 1 hour chunks in there. So it's really unrealistic to think that you can get it done in a week. Yeah, you can have a rough outline and a draft done in a week, but that's not a business. And then people get frustrated because they're like, oh, but they said I could do it in 7 days. But those people who were telling you that were not honest. They were setting unrealistic expectations for you. And the power of momentum, this is my favorite thing. I'm a big law of attraction fan. And I think where most people get the law of attraction wrong is that they set this intention out to the universe and then they sit and wait for it to come to them. They're like, but I set the intention, where is it? Here's the thing. The universe loves motion and momentum. You want to set a very clear, realistic, achievable goal and then take action toward that goal every day. That's when the law of attraction starts to start working for you, because then things start moving into place to happen faster and more easily than you thought they would before. And so that's the whole point of this power of momentum and how that plays in with the law of attraction. And back to realistic goals, if you set a goal that is too big and you don't believe that you can achieve it, guess what? You're subconsciously going to do things that keep you from hitting that goal because you don't believe it. So start with a goal that you can believe and you can say it out loud in the mirror with confidence, even if that's just to make your first $500 or if it's to make your first 50,000. Be able to look yourself in the mirror and believe that goal. And I just want to give you a couple examples of how you can take a bigger goal and break it down. Um, let's say that you have an email list and you want to grow that list organically without paid ads. Well, to think that you can organically grow your email list by 1,000 people a month organically with outreach is not very realistic if you're doing it all by yourself. Okay, then you're going to, again, find yourself frustrated and not moving forward and feel like you're failing. But let's take that and break it down. If you're just, let's use Facebook for an example. If you want to add 300 leads to your email list from Facebook, that all starts with friend outreach. Invite 50 to 100 new friends, spaced accordingly, so you don't, get the magic zap from Facebook and they block you. But I've not really had any problem doing 50 to 100 a day. And I even use automation tools, but I just really space it out super slow throughout the day. And I take breaks. And if you want to know what tools I use, you can send me a message or something, but that's not what this conversation is about. This is about how to create momentum. So say it's the minimum. Invite 50 new people a day to your friends list. Invite 50 of your friends to your group. And then send 50 messages out to people just to say, hey, offer them a free training in exchange for an email. A lot of people will do it, at least 10%. Another thing is when people come to your Facebook group, make sure that you ask them for their email and those 3 questions that you can ask. This is how you get to 300 leads a month. And then I'm going to skip down to the third one because it kind of ties into that. Getting people onto your email list is the best way to convert clients long term because you have a continuous ongoing relationship with them. Yes, you have contact in your Facebook group, but email is just a little more intimate and a little more personal. So again, if you want to book 5 new clients every month, say you are only working at like 20% conversions, which is really low, I think, especially if you've nurtured them in your group and over email. Sorry, still got some COVID reactions going on. But again, invite those friends, offer them something in exchange for their email list. But when you give them that free training, also make sure that you're putting them into a 90-day nurture sequence for your email. Okay. And over time, this builds and this creates momentum. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about that push, hard sell. If that's what you want to do, by all means do it. But that's not what I teach. And then just to take it, another thing that's not necessarily related to sales, but you need to deliver high quality content to your customers. So if you want, now my program, I have 9 steps and 27 action steps. That's just a template that I learned a while back and it works. It works for everything. It works for coaching. It works for courses. It works for setting up a blog structure. This 3x3 structure works. So that's what I do. And I set a goal for myself to get all of the evergreen content recorded in 9 weeks, which means that I have to do 1 step every week and I have to do the 3 action steps. And I just do that week after week. And then the whole program is done. But you have to break it down into something that's manageable and that you can do. And that's the super, super thing. I really challenge you to try to break all of your tasks down into 1 or 2 hours maximum. And then don't stack too many of those in one day. If you can get 4 one-hour tasks completed in a day, you're making huge progress. The trick is momentum. You have to do that day after day after day, and you keep the ball rolling. And eventually it is just running down the hill. It's like a growing snowball. So, and then that's kind of where we come into all of this. Okay. A lot of people get stuck on what they should be doing, how they should be doing it, and when. And that's where our Knowledge to Profits Blueprint comes in. Okay. We help you launch, grow, scale, you ready to have a profitable and scalable program in 90 days. It can be done as little in 9 weeks, depending on how much time you have. But it's the clearest, most predictable and proven system for anyone serious about, really serious about launching an online business. We're not thinking about, oh, maybe I need to throw an online course out there and try it and see how it does. No, you need to be serious about creating time and money freedom for yourself, because this takes work and it takes effort and it does take momentum and time to get rolling. So here's the thing. If you want to get crystal clear on the exact steps that you should be following, or if you're stuck on one particular area, maybe you already have an online program, but you're just kind of stuck on this one area, set up a 15-minute call with us. Okay. We're not going to try to sell you on this call. we will talk about our program, yes, but we're going to talk about your problems and how we can help you move forward, because we believe, and our philosophy is that if we can help you, then when the time is right, you're going to want to work with us. And so it's about people helping people. And having said that, because these are free calls and we're not charging for them, they are limited to people who are truly serious about creating an online program and have some idea of what they want to do, some experience that they can use to help others, and the financial means to invest in growing their business. Whether you work with us as a coaching client or not, there are certain things you have to pay for. You need email marketing software. You need other kinds of automation and software and tools that you need to run your business. So if you are going to say, I have no money to invest, I'm just getting started, I can give you the 3 things that you need to do. But one of those 3 things is going to be able to tell you to save up a little bit of money so that you can invest a few $100s in growing your business along the way. And that's really where we are today. And I hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it. I hope if you have some tips or tricks maybe that you want to share, you'll leave them in the comments. Or if you need help, ask your questions. We're more than happy to answer them.